So here I have my egg carton. I'm doing a swap over at ScrappersObsessionz. It's an Australian and New Zealand crafting forum, and we're having a one-on-one egg carton swap this month, and my partner's name is Brenda, and this is what I've made for her. So I'm also going to enter this into Rosella, who is Zenderly on YouTube. She has a lace challenge up this month, and we're to use 3 different laces on a project we haven't done before, so I thought, well, here we also enter that, and I'll put a link to her challenge in the down bar below as well. I went with a dozen egg carton, and around the bottom I've used some Basil Basics pleated music paper there, and then along the top part I've put some of this gathered lace. This little trim here is from Lavish Laces. I've threaded the seam binding. I've attached it to the 2 little knobbly bits that poke through these holes, so that keeps it closed. On the top of the box here I've put some netting. It's an old curtain netting, and then I gessoed it a little bit. I've put a branch there. It used to be blue, but I didn't like the colour of the blue, so I just gessoed that as well, along with some wedding applique there. I have a group of doilies and some vintage lace where my little birdie sat on some fibres. There's a pearl and bead cap. My birdie, I'll just bring it up like that. I didn't particularly, can you see the line here? The bird was like all one texture, and there was this big line, and I really didn't like the way it looked. So what I did was take the wings off and put lace over the back of the bird, and then put the wings back on and added a little bit of glitz to them. The little crown on my birdie is an upside down bead cap, and I've just put some rub and buff on it to give it that bronzed age look. Over on this side I just have another bead. I have, sorry, that's the cat scratching to get in. Mad About Scrap and Flower, and just a little embellishment there. And so I've got the wedding applique all across the front there, and here is my nest. It's a Kaisercraft nest, and I do have eggs that fit in it, but they looked huge compared to the bird, and I thought no, it didn't look right. So I've put some vintage lace here, which is really nice handmade lace. I made this chain and added some sparkles to it, and then I've got a group of doilies here and some what's that called, cheesecloth, some more doilies, and then fibres and string, and then the nest, and I gessoed the nest a little bit, popped a bit of more cheesecloth with pearls, and a butterfly that I think Kimmy sent me, and I just gessoed that as well. So I'll show you that side. It's quite pretty. Oops, it's tucked in, and caught up there. And it's the back. I just took the fibres around the back a bit as well. And that's my nest. And there's my egg carton. And then, if I can find the ends, my camera's flashing, so I need to get a move on. Inside I've just got a few goodies. We weren't to overdo it, but just okay, a bit of burlap. I don't know if you can see that. A bit of burlap across the back there with some Lavish Laces and some buttoning on the end, just so I could tuck a few extra goodies in there. I haven't gone overboard, I don't think. She likes blue or denim blue, so I did the best I could with what I had. I found these little plastic eggs. You're supposed to hang them, but they wouldn't fit if I put them in with the hanger, so I cut the hanger off and just half filled them, because if you fill them all the way up you can't open them without them spilling everywhere. So and some cute little vintage jewellery pieces. These were the eggs that I got to go with the nest, but as you can see, in comparison to the bird, So I'll pop those in there, just some bits and pieces. Won't go into too much detail about that. And that's my altered egg carton for Brenda. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. Bye bye.